Hello, good morning. Today we are continuing with our second session on equal area criterion of fault occurring at a system and occurring at a bus bar. Okay, so first what we have considered is we are considered my first fault occurred at near to the alternator. So what happened, this was my system and a fault occurred here, so here it will get a current, entire current will flow through the ground, so there won't be electrical power flowing outside. So what will happen, with the help of the power angle curve, I am drawing power angle curve. So at angle delta 0, the corresponding power was, there was no acceleration, no deceleration, and it was working at a constant the rotor was rotating at a constant speed at an angle delta 0, at a rotor angle delta 0, and this was the point. So at this point 0, what happened there, my fault occurred. So as a result of the fault, what happened, my electrical power becomes 0. So what happened, my electrical power from here it reached to 0 value. So from delta 0 to delta 1, the electrical power was 0. That is, after the fault occurred, the relay sends the fault and they operate, so that the other system was isolated and this portion was isolated. So electrical power output is 0. Okay, then the system will wait for some time, that is in millisecond or some 2 cycles it will wait, and after that the auto reclosure relay will try to reclose. So we have assumed a temporary fault, so at the reclosure time the fault will be cleared. So when it recloses, my system will move back, so there will be power flow again. So at that time when the fault was cleared at an angle delta 1, so at that time my delta was because of, at that time delta 1, my electrical power was PE. How this delta increased? Because at the time of the fault there is no electrical output, so PA is always greater than 0, because PA is equal to PM minus PE. Here PE was 0, so PA accelerating power was greater than 0, which means that omega R accelerates, my rotor angle accelerates, so it will move away from omega S, so the delta angle increases. Because of the increase in the delta, my electrical power PE also increases. So PE also increases. So what happened, this is at stage 1, so PE also increases, and at an instant delta 1, or at an rotor angle was continuously increasing, and at delta 1 the fault was cleared and the circuit was reclosed. So the corresponding electrical power was PE1. Under this condition, we know that this PA accelerating power is equal to PM0 minus PE1, but PE1 is having higher value, so this is deceleration. Even though the power is a decelerating power, the rotor angle decelerates, or the rotor decelerates, or rotor decelerates means the speed of the rotor decreases, so it will move towards the synchronous reference axis, so delta decreases. Okay, even though it was a decelerating power, because of due to the inertia of the increasing rotor speed, the rotor speed continued to increase, but the rate of increase decreases rapidly. Here the rate of increase was rapid, but here the rate of increase was decreased. So what will happen here, also the delta will continue to increase, but the rate of increase was very low. As if I have told you, first it was working in delta 0, then it reaches to, this was 0th point, so fault occurred, so delta increases rapidly, the increase was high. At the point 1, what happened, the reclosure of the relay, circuit happened, so that the power, now here it was accelerating power, but now the power is decelerating power, but due to the inertia of this increase, what happened, there was still increase, but the increase was sustained, so the increase was very slow. Okay, so what happened then? after that the increase was very slow, and it will become constant. Then because of the decreasing power, the rotor angle decreases. So up to here it will goes, and then it will become constant, and then the power decreases. Okay, so what will happen when the power because of the decelerating power, the delta decreases, omega decreases, so delta decreases. So what will happen, as the delta decreases, the electrical power also decreases, so it will come back, and it will come back, and at the point when Pm0 is less than P0, it accelerates like that. Here it will oscillate, but we are interested in the first swing alone. So in the first swing, this is the accelerating portion and this is the decelerating portion. So we have to explain the same with reference to our equal area criterion. So according to my equal area criterion, I should say area under this curve from delta 0 to delta m should be equal to 0. That is integral delta 0 to delta m PA d delta is equal to 0, or is equal to delta 0 to delta m into PM minus PE. Here PM is always constant. So from delta 0 to delta m, so what we will do is we have to find out the area under the mechanical side is, or mechanical power is this much along this rectangle. Okay, from delta 0 to delta m. So delta 0, 0, B, delta m. That rectangle area will give this area. And what about this electrical area? Electrical area will be from here to here, it is 0 only. So from delta 0 to delta 1 it is 0. So we have to find out from delta 1 to delta m. Okay, so delta 1 to delta m here. So I have to convert it to delta 1 to delta m. Delta 1 to delta m, P max into sine delta. So the area will be from here to delta 0 to A1 to B delta m. This much area we have to find out. And if we are considering these two areas, then we know this rectangle is or the square is a common area, so we can avoid it. So this area, that is the area under this accelerating power A1, should be equal to area under the decelerating curve A2, isn't it? So then what we will do is, area under the accelerating curve is equal to area under decelerating curve. So delta 0 to delta 1. I have expanded it and I have got the equation. Actually, we have to find out this delta 1, that is where the fault is cleared, or critical clearing angle delta 1 we have to find out. Okay. So delta 1 is the value we have to find out from this equation. Okay, so we have to find it out. Delta 1 is equal to PS by P max into delta m minus delta 0. That PS by P max is sine delta 0. So sine delta 0 into delta m minus delta 0 plus cos delta m is equal to cos delta 1. Okay, so delta 1 is equal to cos inverse of PS divided by P max into, or cos delta 1 is equal to cos inverse of sine delta naught into delta m minus delta naught minus cos delta m. Or if I am next, what we have to find out is, we have to find out the critical clearing angle delta. Critical clearing angle delta is the maximum variation in rotor angle possible before coming into the synchronism. Okay, that is delta max. So delta critical clearing angle delta is the maximum rotor angle variation possible by going through, or by going before attaining our sorry for the disturbance. So we were discussing on critical clearing angle, isn't it? So critical clearing angle is the maximum allowable angle between the occurrence of the fault and clearance of the fault. Okay, so that is delta CR, which this is the worst case. So usually if I am explaining equal area criterion, then this area A1 should be equal to A2. So as we move on from this portion, now this delta 0, what will happen? This area A1 starts increasing. A1 will also move. Okay, so if it moves on like this, then there should be a maximum limit for the system to come back to stable condition, that is delta max, maximum rotor angle variation possible between the occurrence of the fault and after the system was put back to synchronism, that is delta max. So that delta max should be equal to pi minus delta 0. So if the delta 0 angle varies to here, then this delta max also will decrease. Then usually this A1 and A2 should be equal for a system to be under stable condition, that is according to equilibrium criteria. When this moves this way, then A1 increases, but the same time A2 has to decrease. Okay, so the worst case scenario occurs, or the marginally stable condition occurs when the area of A1 should be correctly equal to A2. At that time, this delta 1 will be equal to critical clearing angle delta CR, and this delta M will become here, that is delta max. So we have to find out the delta CR and TCR. So delta CR is the delta 1 changes to delta CR, and delta max is pi minus delta 0. So in order to find out the critical clearing angle, I have substituted in the equation, and I got delta CR is equal to cos inverse of pi minus 2 delta 0 into sin delta 0 minus cos delta 0. In order to find out this critical clearing time, we are integrating the equations. So delta is equal to delta CR and T is equal to TCR. Then if I am integrating it, finally I will get 2m by PA into delta CR minus delta 0. Under the root you will get the critical clearing time. If it is very difficult to integrate, then we can find it out using the equation S is equal to ut plus half at square, loss of motion, no equation for loss of motion. The same equation we can use it for this problem, and we will get the same equation. So what I will do, I will employ this in my next case or in the same lecture itself. So we have discussed on what happens when a fault occurs near to the terminal of the alternator. Now next what I have to tell you is what happens when a fault occurs at this portion. Okay, so we are discussing it. So we have to assume our next diagram, that is this is the alternator, this is the generator, and so now the same case B, I am assuming that the fault occurs at my bus bar near to the infinite bus. So what will happen when the fault occurs? Again I have to explain it with reference to my power angle curve. So with reference to the power angle curve, this is the maximum power that can be transferred. So this is 0, this is delta, rotor angle delta, and at the initial case delta 0, my system was steady, that is PE0 is equal to PM0. So under the pre-fault condition, so phase 1 I should write it as my pre-fault condition. So pre-fault condition or steady state condition, PS is equal to PE0 is equal to PM0 is equal to Pmax into sine delta naught, or I can find out my delta naught is equal to sine inverse of PS divided by Pmax. And what was Pmax? Where my maximum power Pmax is equal to EV by X. What is my X here? Here Pmax is equal to EV divided by X is XD plus XL. XD plus XS or XL, like this. This was the Pmax equation. So at delta 0 my fault occurred. Okay, my fault